Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon po.
President, can you open your camera? Ay, dalawa lang mo. Naka-open cam. Mamaya, I will ask the others to open the end of the class. Okay. Find it. How do I know? How do you know? How do I call you na?
Gwen na lang po, ma'am.
Gwen. Okay, mali ang
Yes po.
pronunciation. Anyway, all right. So I mentioned a while ago sa chat, okay, so that I am going to check attendance. Pero I will have to call one by one para to check whether the classmate is really in the meeting. Kasi yung iba, pinapa-attend lang yung mga tapos lumalabas na. So, for us to check, I will have to call one by one. Tapos, I have my manual attendance. Sinusulat ko yung mga tapa. Tapos later, I will ask you to download and upload. So, download, type ko na chat box. Download the attendance. Kasi ikaw yung nag-create ng meeting, so ikaw yung merong button for that. So, download the attendance or secretary na lang. Okay, so class secretary, and upload. Okay, it in our messenger. Okay, so there will be 2 attendance, okay, documents that will have to be submitted every meeting by the class secretary. Andito na ba si?
Ma'am,
Yes, you are.
medyo mahina po yung audio niyo po.
Ay, hello, ididikit ko na lang. Naririnig na ba? So, okay na. Nagre-record. Narinig na?
Yes po,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Alright, so let me continue. Class secretary, andito na si class sec. What is your name?
Christine po, Christine
Okay,
Rabi
okay.
po.
So you're tasking every semester tuloy. Every class meeting will have to be sending the class attendance in Excel. So as I check attendance, anak, take note of those who are absent. Huwag mo na ilagay na check. So yung ibig sabihin yung blank cell sa Excel ha, yung blank cell sa Excel meaning present yon, wala siyang late. Okay, so ibig sabihin, hindi siya na late the before and the after. Kasi meron, di ba, maida-download mamaya, nakasulat doon kung sino yung nag-out, tapos nag-in. Okay, so yung mga matagal nag-out, yun ang may minus also sa attendance kasi nga, dapat hindi nag-out. Unless, okay, sasabihan kayo via messenger, ma'am, nahihirapan lang pong mag-connect. Okay, so ibig sabihin, present naman, kaya lang mahina yung internet signal. So, yun, we will allow. Okay? Pero yung talagang totally na hindi nagparamdam, absent siya. Okay? Or nagparamdam siya towards the end. Depende kasi di ba sa student handbook, we are allowed to be late for the first 30 minutes and then we are allowed to be absent for the first 1 hour of the 3 hours. Okay, so yun yung cut-off. Then natin gagamitin, we will apply that in the student handbook. Paano tayo mag-check ng attendance? Ng late at saka ng absent. Okay, so yun ang ipa-follow na rin natin. Right, so as I call the name, please mention, tell me na, ma'am, present, yun lang, para lang marinig natin. And then, President, paki-check lang kung siya nga talaga yung nagsasalita. At least kilala mo naman yung classmates mo more than I do. Right, so let me check attendance now. Okay, so, and then, just in case lang na mali ang pronunciation ko ng pangalan, paki-correct si ma'am. Right? So, nobody's perfect. Okay, that's one. Nagkakamali rin si ma'am. Don't be offended. I am not offended also. Right? So, just correct me how you pronounce your name, just like what I asked Gwen a while ago. Alright, paano ko i-pronounce ang pangalan mo kasi not common. Your course is human resource. Alright, so human resource. So, sige, let me call the attendance. This is based on the SIS. Now, just in case there is a classmate who is not called, after all members, there are how many in my list? 38. After all 38 members are called and you are not called, just tell me, okay, ma'am, I am still processing my end. So, yung mga, usually, yan yung mga working students, the returning students, late enrolling. So, pwede pa naman hanggang 28, I think. Friday pa. Okay, yung deadline for adjustment of subjects. Alright, let me start the attendance now. Mary Jane Apon.
Present po.
Jonalyn Arevalo.
Present po.
Laarni Belison.
Present po.
Julia Cadiz.
Present po.
Vanessa Polipat.
Present po.
Jonelyn Corpus.
Present po, ma'am. Jonalyn po.
Jonelyn. Leomar Cruz.
Present po.
Micaela De La Torre.
Present po.
Maridian Viola.
Present po.
Jan Dumagtoy.
Present po.
Juliana Gadi.
Present po.
Jamela Gaudia.
Present po.
Antoinette Gonzalez.
Present po.
Ray Allen Hernandez.
Present po, ma'am.
Gwen Legaspi.
Present po.
Reynan Luzpo.
Present po.
Kiara Manlimid.
Present po.
Ivy Martinez.
Present po.
Jeannie Mateo. Jeannie Mateo. May asterisk sa akin. Wala, ano?
Ma'am, wala pa po na-inform na may ganun kaming classmate.
Classmate.
As of now po, sa subject nyo is 4 lang po ang irregular, 3 po ang shifties.
So far, wala si Jeannie sa list.
Wala po.
Naka-asterisk din dito sa SIS. Baka returning student. Let us just see. May kaso nakalist na siya eh. Just stay here. Okay, so paki-add na lang, secretary. At tsaka schedule, ano na siya, nakalist siya sa SIS, so more or less officially enrolled. Kaya lang may asterisk. Let me check.
Papahanap ko na lang po.
Okay, names with asterisks are not yet officially enrolled. Kaya lang, absent na rin siya. Hindi naman porke not officially enrolled, excuse sila. Hindi pwede. Sa student handbook, absent is absent. Unfair naman sa inyo, kayo yung official, tapos kayo ang wala. Tapos hindi ko siya i-absent. Let us just be fair, okay, with everybody. Anyway, just include the name, tapos A muna siya. So, pagbalik niya, may absent na siya. Pagpasok niya pala, hindi pala balik, hindi pa siya pumupunta. Pagpasok niya, may absent na siya. Anyway, Nay Kesha or Ni Kesha Mendoza?
Nikisha Mendoza po. Present.
Ni Kesha. Vincent Nunez?
Present po, ma'am.
Vincent Nunez?
Sorry, nakamute po pala. Present po.
Vincent Nunez? Wala pa.
Ma'am, nag-present po.
Ay, Vincent, I did not hear.
Hello po, ma'am.
Yung ba yun? Parang gumub.
Medyo nawawala po yung audio ko, ma'am. Sorry.
Ayun, yun. Okay, narinig na ko. Okay, next, Kimberly Oliva.
Present po.
Okay, Ani Liza Ori Viana.
Present po.
Jenny May Pagaduan.
Present po.
Marilyn Paredes.
Present po.
Micaela Medrasa.
Present po.
Ana Policarpio.
Present po.
Christine Rabe,
Present po.
Francine Regala,
Present po.
Prashanti Robles,
Present po, ma'am.
Daniela Sano,
Present po.
Jim Carl Cersenia, Jim Cersenia, wala.
Present po, ma'am.
Jim,
Andito po siya, ma'am. Nag-open po siya ng mic kanina. Hindi lang po siguro audible.
okay, sige. Thanks. Nicole Silvestre,
Present po, ma'am.
Erika Tagana, Erika Tagana,
Ma'am, nandito rin po si Tagana. Naka-on po yung mic niya pero wala lang pong audio.
Judy Antarsena,
Present po, ma'am.
Erika Tivar,
Present po, ma'am.
Christine Ubal,
Present po, ma'am.
Sunday Villegas,
Present po.
Sunday.
Present po.
All right, so those are the classmates. So only one is not officially enrolled. Okay, but just include the name. Baka naman siya ay tutuloy sa klase. So we would later on kung siya ay tutuloy sa klase. All right, let me start sharing now the class or course orientation. So you could be guided how to get or to receive high grade. When nakikita na ba? Can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes po, ma'am.
So, good afternoon, class. We will discuss the classroom orientation about our subject on ASP, the Advanced Software Packages. I am Professor Iluminada Vivian R. Domingo, Doctor in Business Administration from the College of Computer and Information Science. So, let us review the PUP, mission, vision, goals, and objectives. So, going through, okay, what are the more important items? So our vision is a National Polytechnic University, okay, that geared towards research and extension, research and innovation. Okay, so we can identify the 10 pillars. Okay, so we have student development in pillar 4. Okay, so that is part of our development, okay, to be able to help you, okay, graduate according to the demands of the industry. Okay, CCIS, okay, we have IT education, okay, not only for our students, but also for our servicing students, just like your college, right, where we have to develop the technical skill. Okay, in our subject, this is Excel, so the advanced features for Excel. Right, so what is now the culture research? Okay, so we are into innovating, enhancing product features. Okay, just like your college, you have commercialization of your different projects. Okay, so how to sell, okay, in terms of a business, a product or service. Okay, so BSIT objectives are the following. Okay, so we are developing our students to become IT leaders, not just okay programmers and data encoders. Likewise, computer science, we have the following objectives. Just to give you only the background, kasi nga, tatanungin niyo, ano ba yung CCIS, IT, computer? Okay, kaya lang, into detail, okay, so we have the mission, plus, of course, the 10 pillars identified by the Office of the President. All right, netiquette. What are the general rules and guidelines? Okay, so if you have discussed this in the past 2 years of during pandemic, let us just be reminded of the following. Okay, so we are all human. Okay, so we are talking to real people now. Be kind to each other. So be patient for mistakes. Okay, if I am not audible, you just tell me, Ma'am Sir Domingo, hindi ko namin kayo marinig. Just open your microphone. Hindi naman nakakabastos kay Ma'am Domingo yon. Okay, at least I know that there are some classmates who cannot hear me. Right, so words, so no foul language or derogatory sentences. So we should not, we should avoid all of these foul language statements. Attire. When I ask you to open your cameras, be sure you are wearing a appropriate dress. Ano yun? Okay, so refrain from wearing sando. Okay, spaghetti strap, nightgown, swimsuit. During online class. So that's part of the netiquette general rule. Next, and we also can see professionalism. Now, how do you address your professor? Prof. Domingo, Dr. Green, Dr. Domingo. Right? So, Ma'am Domingo, generic yun, but I prefer to be called by my professional name kasi pinaghirapan ko yun, in-effort ko yung pagiging doctor. Not everybody finishes the doctorate degree. So your professionalism, addressing properly their profession. Yes. So next we go to our number 6, privacy and copyright. Okay, so get permission from your email, any photo or any content of the course. So do not just share anything without the consent of your instructor. Otherwise prohibited without my permission. Okay, no one is allowed to record unless permitted by the faculty in charge. So I asked the president, okay, since you were the one who created the scheduled the meeting, ikaw lang ang may karapatan. I cannot see my button, okay, to record it. Okay, bullying, okay, so do not mock or criticize people for their opinion. Opinions are respected kasi opinion nga yun. It is not a fact. Okay, it is just an opinion. Okay, so something that we believe in cannot be accepted by others. Okay, and we have to respect the acceptance of people. Right, so set up your space. So find a private place, okay, away from any noise. Okay, so ano ba yung noise? Okay, so maingay sa labas. Can you hear the sound? May background ba ako, class? Wala naman. Alright. Okay, so be sure that when you open your microphone, you are away from the noisy areas in your home. So next, we go to the next slide. So be early. So when we say early, our class officially starts at 1:30, but I asked 2 o'clock. For the others to be late. So, automatic sa face-to-face classroom, hindi ako pumapasok ng saktong 1:30. If our class starts at 1:30, bakit? Maraming late, mga nag-lunch. Kaya 2 o'clock ako pumapasok. Sabay kami ng checker. Eh, since this time, wala naman checker. Yung 2 o'clock is 2 o'clock. So, we begin. And I start checking attendance because I already have allowed the 30 minutes, okay, before you come in the online class. Right, so focus on the class. So to be able to learn from discussion, avoid your any distractions like social media, messenger, Facebook, wala nang ganyan. So concentrate. 1.5 hours lang naman. I do not want to stay long. Wala nang makikinig. Matulog na kayo na 3 oras. Dadaldal si Ma'am. Although, habang nag-discuss si Ma'am starting Monday, I will be calling. Lalo na yung mga naka-off cameras. Just to check. Minsan kasi pag-check ng attendance, umaalis na. Diba? So, if I will call your name, hindi naman siya degradan. Okay? So, just answer, just to show me, prove to me, some evidence that you are still with us. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng I turn on your video kung available, otherwise microphone. Opposite, if you're not going to tell anything, be sure your microphone is off. So, kailangan naka-off. Otherwise, minsan kasi may biglang sisigaw o ulat. Okay, honesty. Alright, so be honest. Okay, so if you would talk about honesty. Everything can be found on the internet, but be sure, okay, to cite. Dapat naka-cite yung source. So, marami tayong kinokopya-kopya, but be sure to identify where we copied the information. So, have fun while learning. So, let's work together. Okay, hindi si Mang Domingo lang ang magaling. Kayo din. I stand to be corrected. Kaya nga sabi ko sa GC, if there are corrections, please tell me, lalo na sa Schoology, ang ating mga instructions. Okay, so that should be the third part. Now, fourth part, this is now the online class guidelines. So quizzes are given to assess the knowledge of students. Okay, so I will be giving only 2 quizzes, one before midterm, another for final. If you can see the outline calendared activity in our Schoology app, makikita niyo na doon kung ano yung mga gagawin every week. Okay, so we are going to use Schoology. This time, I will try to use quiz is. Okay, so let us see if you can answer at quiz is. I will try. Okay, for the first quiz. Kung okay, kasi meron daw background music, sabi ng co-faculty namin. So, habang nag-exam kayo, to relax your mind, para hindi kayo ma-stress from outside noise, meron tayong background music. Yan yung quiz is. Anyway, hopefully I could be able to. Right, so in case we will be using the quiz is, okay, so there must be a format of your name so that your score will be recorded. So surname and the given name. Dapat nga, dagdagan yan, may section para madaling ma-identify yung name ng classmate. Anyway, for those who are not able to take the quiz, kasi may mga instances na mabagal ang signal, nag-on and off ang signal, or talagang walang signal dahil may ginagawang infrastructure sa area, you have to file, okay, a request form. I have already uploaded the form 3 in Schoology week 2. So you check for the form 3 for those who are going to apply. So hindi basta nagkwento ka, bibigyan na kita ng remedial exam. So if you fill up mo yung form, and then you're going to email it to me sa ating webmail, with the subject, surname, subject, and your year and section. And the subject will have to be request for remedial exam. So give me 3 days for me to give you the result. So if you will be taking the test, hindi kayo papasok sa Schoology section nyo. Meron akong dummy account na ginagamit for remedial exams. Okay, so if approved, an instruction will be provided on how to take the remedial quiz. Okay, but be sure, class, may proseso. Hindi siya basta binibigay. Okay, ini-effort yan. Kasi yung isa, hindi naman sila absent. So sila yung those who were not, did not have any problem during the taking of the quiz and joining in the test. So yun yung mga given, okay, blessing sa kanila. Ay kaso, ma'am, hindi kami blessed during the day. Oo nga. Right? So mag-file kayo, class, ng request for remedial exam. So ini-effort yung class, hindi siya automatic. Here, when, sige, let me continue. Now, the following scoring system for remedial exam. Right? So pag sinabing scoring, magkakaiba. Bababa yung score, syempre, nung nag-remedial. Ay minsan kasi lumalabas, mas mataas pa. Biglang magsasabi sa student evaluation, si Ma'am Domingo unfair. Kasi nag-exam yung classmate at a later date, mas mataas pa sa akin. Diba? Parang ganun ang dating. Okay, so full credit of the score you received if you applied the remedial test within 1 week after the scheduled quiz. Bawa, Monday nag-test. Okay, so nag-apply ka. So, dapat ina-apply. It does not follow yung result. Okay, so it does not say na, ma'am, yung result ba within the week? Okay, full credit. Paano yung result after a week pa? Okay lang, kasi ito may end na yon. Hindi naman yung error yun. Right? Walang minus yun. Kung bibigay ko yung quiz a week after, right? So pagka hindi naman, within the week din, nag-exam ka, di, okay, full credit yung score mo. Now, what happens after 1 week? So, halimbawa, Monday, ka nag-email sa akin yung request form for remedial, minus 15% na. For example, so if a student got 25/30, 15% is 3.75. This will be now deducted from the student score of 25. Therefore, instead of 25 over 30, lalabas lang na 21.25 yung score mo. Kasi after 1 week ka na nag-remedial quiz. Clear? Alright, activities or assignments. Pag sinabing activity, within the day, submission. Okay, yan yung madadali. Enter the formula for the minimum value in the table. What's the minimum value? What's the maximum value? Okay, so pwede nyo masubmit yan on or before 11:59 of the same day. Yan yung activity. Follow up lang yan sa discussion na ginawa natin in the afternoon. Tapos isasubmit ko sa akin. So kung tapos nyo na after we meet, total 1.5 hours lang naman eh. Di ba 3 oras? Yung remaining period until 4:30, gawin nyo na yung activity. Huwag nyo nang sabihin ipagpaliban, mamaya na, magluluto muna ako hanggang sa makalimutan mo na. Right? So ano mangyayari pag gano'n? So 15% ulit. So if your score, ganyan, the same sample that I gave you in the upper part, ito siya. Okay, so kagaya ng remedial, yung mga scores natin for assignments and activities. Right? So pag hindi mo na-submit yan, considered late, okay, within the required time. Otherwise, after nan, halimbawa 12 midnight mo na-submit, sa kabagalan ng internet, napakadali naman nung sasagutin kung ba't nakalimutan, naalala na lang, 9 o'clock na ng gabi. Super bagal dahil naka-online na lahat yung nasa western countries. O di, lalabas, aabutin ka na ng alas 12 para lang sa 3 sagot. Example lang naman yun. You get less than 50% of your score sa rubric. Mamaya, I will show you the rubric. Okay, so depending on the difficulty of the assignment, the class presidents will determine a reasonable date for the deadline of submission. So normally sa akin, okay, itanatanong ko yan sa president. O tingnan mo, after I have explained the assignment, okay, so determine now kailan ang deadline. Will it be 3 days from now, 5 days from now, 7 days from now? So depende yung, okay, depende sa weight, kung gaano kadali or kabagal, kahirap, kadali or kahirap yung tanong ko on sa assignment. Okay, so next. Okay, so fourth, submission of output should be made only using Schoology. So any submission outside like Messenger, hindi ako tatanggap class, doon lang tayo sa Schoology. Kasi nandoon lahat yung scores ninyo. So a rubric should be used in scoring all outputs. Kaya I will show you the rubrics. And then 6, a student may still submit output throughout the semester, even after the scheduled deadline, until grades are encoded. So pwede pa rin. Kaya lang, less than 15% na of your score. So kung ang binigay ko sa yung score, kagaya ng sample kanina sa previous slide, less 15%. So I would like to use that to be fair to everybody. Lalo na yung mga nagsasubmit on time or even advance. So, syempre, they get also dapat the higher score more than you receive the score. Pwede pa rin. Okay, now, attendance. All students, especially those who are under online, are required to attend. Meron ba kayong correspondence?
None po, ma'am.
Alright, good. Okay, so meron tayong absence form, okay, which you need to fill up just in case you are absent. So before the synchronous class or within 24 hours after the class, so you can be excused. What is the reason for being absent? Right, so isusulat mo doon. Meron akong Google form. Okay, ito yan. Mamaya na. I have a Google form, okay, which you can select for your absence. Okay, para ma-excuse. Ma'am, I attended, ma'am, a webinar of our college. O, yun ang excuse. Or you are an athlete, ma'am, we need to exercise, practice, training during your time. Excuse yun, because you represent PUP. Pero other than those two, hindi kayo pinawag ng college nyo, hindi siya excuse. You need to fill up the absence. Ito class, ay para lang ma-excuse ka. Ma'am, paano yung pagkakasakit? Hindi siya excuse. Okay, dahil, alright, meron ka namang allowable absences of 3 times. Ito yan. Okay, so this form 3 times for the whole semester. Sa ating face-to-face, normally class 6 times in a semester or 3 weeks. Ito rin, 3 times din kasi once a week. Okay, so you cannot be excused because you were sick. Not unless, ma'am, COVID-19 ma'am. So yung mga extreme cases ng pagkakasakit, I might consider, so fill up niyo lang yung absence form. Okay, kasi makikita ko naman yan if you have an attachment. For example, ma'am, yung medical certificate. Ma'am, yung gamot na binili sa drugstore. Gusto ko makita yung resibo. Ano yung prescription ng doktor? Magbigay na kayo sa akin ng prescription ng sakit nyo. Okay, na hindi kayo talaga naka-attend ng class during that day, I will be excusing you. Okay, pero
Ma'am,
review mo, ma'am, ito po, ininom ko po. O, di nga, excuse ka na. Kasi to seems to believe talaga. Kaya, huwag niyong kakainin. Yes?
can you repeat po what you said a while ago? Nag-choppy po kayo. Sorry po.
Yeah.
Nag-log,
Regarding
nag-log po kayo for about 15 seconds. Parang ganun po.
Ulit. So, absences yun. You are allowed to be absent 3 times a semester. Para saan yun? Pag nagkasakit ka. So, if you don't have any evidences to show, count yun, ililis natin yun sa 3. So, you're allowed to accomplish, okay? You're allowed to be absent. Absent pa rin. Hindi pwedeng magiging present ka kasi wala ka naman talaga during the period that you are not here with the online class. Right? Ano yung mga excuse absences? Yun nga, you represented the college for competition, you represented the college for sports activity, parang gano'n. So, meron kayong event na dapat kayo nandun na excuse ng dean. Otherwise, ma'am, yung pagkakasakit, depende nga sa sakit. Kung may mapapakita ka namang evidences na ikaw ay uminom ng gamot, ay nagka-fever ka, picturean mo plus yung yung thermometer, na ikaw ay 38.8, wag naman, di ba? Yun, I can excuse. Kasi may ebidensya. Pero pag sinabi mo lang, considered naman yun doon sa allowable absences mo. Pwede naman mag-absent. Absent pa rin, ma'am. Oo. To be fair to those who are healthy, kasi sila naman yung walang sakit. Alam nga naman parehas kayo ng attendance. Perfect. Ikaw ay nagkasakit. Kaya nga merong allowable absence. That's the purpose of it. Clear?
Apo, ma'am.
Sige, next. So, synchronous class, roll call will be made by the instructor. So, if a student is missed, she or he can call attention to make sure that the attendance is recorded. And withdrawal. So, just in case you intend to withdraw for whatever reasons you may have, write a letter of intent, okay, signed by your parent or guardian in the ID. Okay, para ilalagay ko class, ako kasi yung maglalagay ng drop or withdraw sa SIS. Bago pa mag-end ng semester kung kayo ay drop. Okay, next. Consultations. Just in case there will be questions, as common naman for the whole section, dun na lang sa GC natin. I will only entertain between 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Ibig sabihin, sasagutin ko kami. Ay ba yung SOA? Ay, hindi. Meron ako isang section. Nag-message nung Friday, di ba't graduation? Tapos nakita ko, pagtayo ko ng CR ng 1 a.m., nakita ko, uy, may estudyante. Yung president ang may message ng 7 p.m. O, di sinagot ko, alam, ang dami pang gising. 1 o'clock, ang dami pang heart sa emoji. Ay ko, good morning class, let us go back to sleep. It is still very early. Sabi ko ba, so waya tayo yung section, hindi kayo. Anyway, so yun lang yung exception to the rule kasi nga magkaklase rin kami by tomorrow. So dapat masabihan na sila agad-agad para makapag-prepare with school. Anyway, number 2, messages beyond consultations during Sunday will not be answered. So wait for the Monday. Minsan na may nagme-message, ma'am, ano na po? Okay, kamusta na po? May tanong siya. Sunday ngayon, bukas na lang sasagutin ha. Sunday ngayon, family day. Okay, not for the students, okay, family ko. Parang gano'n. Let us respect, the day and the time. Okay, so Monday to Saturday naman, we have 6 days where you can ask questions. Or you just have to be patient and wait until Monday for the response. Okay, so if you did not receive a reply, pwede naman mag-follow up sa group chat. Okay, so ma'am, ako po yung may message sa inyo. Hanggat hindi ko siguro nasasagot within the day, i-chat ako ulit. Although, addict si ma'am sa messenger, makikita ko agad dyan. Right? More than email. I don't like to use email. Bakit? Ang daming scam. Okay, messages doon. Congratulations. Diba? Your bank account is about to expire, mga ganung klase ng mga messages. Kaya delete lang ako ng delete. Minsan pati student message, nade-delete ko na. Right? Kasi nga, naiinis ako sa dami ng mga scammers sa email. Plus advertisements also. Mas gusto ko ng messenger. Right? So, ayan, addict si ma'am sa message. Okay, so proper way of sending. How are you going to send me your message? Okay, so ito yan. Okay, so minsan biglang direct to the point, okay, without introducing first. Sino ka? Hindi kita memorize. I don't memorize names of classmates. Okay, president lang, minsan nakakalimutan ko rin ng pangalan. Okay, so sila lang yung mas familiar. Now, proper way of sending a message to your teacher. So start with the greeting. Umaga ka, hapon ka, o gabi. Right? Then introduce yourself. I am your section and your subject. Ano yung subject enrolled mo sa akin para madali kong masagot yung tanong mo. Okay, the third one is the purpose. What's the purpose of your message? And then 4, ask for clarifications. So pag nag-reply ako, malabo pa rin, reply ka ulit. Okay, tapos sasagutin kita ulit kung paano mas malinaw yung dapat na makuha mong sagot. Most of the time class, pag may tanong tayo, meron na tayong expected answers, right? Now, pag hindi yun ang nasagot, tatanong natin, we tend to be frustrated. Ganun din ako eh. Okay, when I ask students questions, tas iba yung sinagot niyo, I add more questions so that the answer that I expect will be the answer that will be provided by you. Kaya minsan marami akong tanong. Pagka tayo nag-discuss sa Monday, be sure na nabasa niyo na yung IM. Meron akong PowerPoint, only summarize class ha. Do not expect that I copy-paste everything. Bakit pa ako nag-PowerPoint ko? Lahat kailangan isulat doon. I will only provide you the summary of the IM. Plus, of course, additional information by Google. Kung kailangan pa. Pero kung malinaw naman yung discussion about the topic for the first 2 chapters, I will not anymore add Google. Okay, so second, I will be calling classmates, lalo na yung naka-off cam, just to check whether you are still with us. Okay, so kung ayaw nyo matawag, open camera, hindi naman graded yon. Okay, so I will be asking again. So if I do not receive the expected answer from my question, I call again. Call again. Okay? Call again. Pero walang grade yun, class. Okay? But, okay, if ever the answer is correct, noted yun. But it is not graded yet. Okay? So I will provide you later the Schoology, okay, where you will be graded. Tapos magbe-breakout room tayo, okay, later on. President, hindi ko nakikita ang MS Teams ngayon ha, naka-open ng display. Hindi ko pa na-try kagaya ng Zoom, di ba may maliit na display, tapos nakikita ko yung faces ng ano. Dito wala eh, naka-diretso ako ng malaking screen ng Excel, ng PowerPoint. So, just tell me kung merong question, you are free to open your microphone. Ma'am, o diba, anong problema? Just tell me, okay? Hindi naman kabastusan yon kasi nga hindi nyo marinig, for example, or ma'am, pwede po ba explain nyo pa ulit? Okay, another sample, ganon, para mas maintindihan po namin. O yun, just tell me. Alright, grading system, ito pinaka-importante, how to get or receive a 125, a 1.0 kung sakali, a 1.5, a 175. Alright, the following would be the breakdown of grades. Class standing 70, major exam 30. And what comprises your class standing? Quizzes is 30%. Nakikita ba?
Yes po.
Yes po, nakikita po.
Okay. So, activities assignments, 35%. So, mas mataas ng konti kaysa quiz. Okay, so 30% ang exams. Okay, whereas assignments and activities, 35%. Okay, that includes also your recitation. Okay, yung tatlong yan, nasa 35%. We will be having graded recitation later on. So, as an activity. So, on the spot yan, magbe-breakout room. Hindi nakikinig yung buong section. Bakit? Kasi nga, yung first groups, kawawa naman, mababa ang score nila. Kasi andun lahat yung pondo ng tanong ko. Ngayon, ang advantage niyan, yun na nga nasa huli. Bakit? Alam na nila yung manner of asking ko. So, ang gagawin ko later on, magbe-breakout rooms tayo. Tayo lang nag-uusap, your group, and Ma'am Domingo, and Dr. Domingo. Okay, so ibig sabihin, walang nakakarinig. Kasi I might be repeating the same questions to the next breakout room. So, yung mga 10 to 15 minutes lang, we will be having Jamboard. Kayo ba naka-experience ng gumamit ng Google Jamboard in the past subjects?
Hindi pa po.
Okay, sige. So, I will teach you. Madali siya. Interactive siya. Okay, later on, kasi sa graded recitation na yun. I will show you in Schoology when. Okay, so prepare. Okay, anyway, all right, so 30% would be the major exam. So 70 and 30 is 100%. Average of the two will be now your SIS. So all activities are computed with the following formula. 4 divided by the possible score times 100. Okay, so if your score is 25 divided by 30 times 100. So that will be your activity computed formula or quizzes. So any instances of copying or cheating shall result in a failing grade. The RPG is converted to a point grade. Okay, so ito ngayon yung conversion. Okay, so paano mag-97? Ayan, 124. Okay, so paano yung 96? 1.32. 4. Okay, so hanggang bumaba sa passing grade, 3.0, which is 75. Okay, so yan yung grade. Pero class ito, sa huli na, the last column, saka lang ako nagko-convert on the last column na. Ibig sabihin, lahat puro percentages ang grades mo. Okay, so I will have to convert, okay, the equivalent, okay, using the following table. Pag may tanong, open camera, open microphone. Alright, final point grade. Okay, in the SIS transmutation. Okay, so flat 1, okay, range between 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2 is flat 2. Ano yung passing? Andun. 2.87 until 3.2 until 4. Okay, but I'm using percentage, so hindi na rin applicable itong transmutation table for the grading kasi isa lang naman column. Last column, which is your SIS. Now, to ensure transparency, I can provide the student progress report at the end of the same, but provided with the request. So, meron akong form that you can request me, okay, to provide you a student progress report. So, the following computation of your grades, okay, the progress report shall take 3 days from the receipt of the. So, pag mag-email kayo sa akin, alright, ma'am, may I get my computation of my final grade in SIS. So, ito yung sample. Okay, so sample student progress report. Right, so the information on this display identifies the quizzes, the major exams, and the activities. Tapos yung red sa baba, yan yung overall computation, 35%, 30%, final assessment, 30% overall, and then the grade, okay, and then the point grade equivalent. So kung 1.9 yan, those, okay, and then pass. This is now the red color, the point grade is now your SIS. Okay, so prepared by college professor, okay, and then the transmutation thing. Okay, so ano ang transmutation for the point grade galing sa raw point? So in this example, may raw point. Okay, but in my case, okay, I am using in the past the percent grade, tapos tinatrans sa UNESCO. Nababasa ba? Although I will send this class subject to a folder. Okay, para meron kayong guide. Okay, para in case you will have a question about the student progress. This will only be given after the semester. Okay, so pag meron na kayong SIS grade, gusto niyo makita yung competition estimate. Clear?
Yes po.
Continue. Now, what are the other forms? Okay, so we have form 1, the excuse form. Okay, we will use this only for face-to-face. Hindi siya kasali. Kasi online naman na subject natin. Form 2 is the student profile form. I will send this to your president through the class GC later on. Okay, and then request form for remedial exam. And then confirmation form for those who are correspondents. So in your case, hindi nyo kailangan si form. Si form 5 is the student progress report. I will provide you your progress report at the end of the SIM. And then online class report, I will send this to the class secretary. So dalawa yung tasking mo, class sec. The attendance in Excel form, which I asked you a while ago. And then the online class report, which is the screenshot when everybody's camera is open. So maging screenshot din si ma'am. Okay, kasi naman ako, yung mga subjects per day. Kayo naman, end of the SIM mo sa akin ibibigay itong online class report. 9 pictures, 9 screenshots of the 9 online classes that we shall be having for the infants. Secretary, can you follow? Okay. Next is the online class agreement. I gave this already to you via GC. Okay, so be sure your picture, the one-by-one picture is at the upper right-hand corner of the paper and then signed by your parent or guardian and then screenshot, yun ang i-upload niyo sa akin. So week 2. So I have uploaded this one. Okay, so everybody. Now, there is an absence form, okay, and then there is a freedom wall. Ano yan? Okay, so let me show you. Let me stop share. Okay, the sample of the Google form, which you can answer. Yeah. The absence notice form. Can you see it, Gwen?
Yes po, ma'am.
So you will have this. Pag-click mo ng link, itong lalabas for those who are absent. Okay, so absent notice form. Hindi ito yung for remedial exam. Iba pa. Okay, kung gusto mo ma-excuse, submit this. Otherwise, kung wala ito, automatic absent kasi you have 3 allowable absences. Okay, so again, it depends whether I will accept or reject the request for excused absence. Okay, so depende. I need to see an attachment. Ano, ng screenshot. Okay, I will just have to message you, okay, to send this to me via PM, personal message na lang, kung may attachment. The other one is the freedom wall. Kamusta ka na? I hope you're doing well. If not, what happened? May problema ba? Or do you have something to share? Feel free to share it. This is a safe space. You can write your rants here. Mas magandang na ilalabas natin ang sama ng loob natin. Naway makatulong ipapaano ang form na ito sa iyo. At palagi, God bless. Okay, so ano yun? Okay, so if you want to share something, type something here. Okay, para I would know kung ano yung mga errors ko. You don't need to identify your name. Hindi naman makikita kung sino yung ito lang naman ang kailangan ko. So as we go through the SIM, malay natin, ay, ma'am, nahiya naman ako magsabi by messenger. Ma'am, nahiya ako magsabi. Kung pwedeng, yeah, may freedom wall tayo. Okay, so I would like to see all comments or suggestions coming from. Mas gusto ko nga kasi ang layo ng edad natin, may generation gap talaga. You know, I am your mother. My youngest is 23 years old, going 24 by next month. Okay, so medyo malayo na, mas bata na kayo. Second year, so nasa 19 years old kayo. So, yun, yung magpili, problem natin. Okay, so there's a freedom wall, and then there's an absence notice if you want to be excused. Right? Otherwise, kahit hindi na yung i-fill up, kung talagang absent, okay lang. Kahit so, yun lang for those who want to be excused, lalo na kung kayo ay nag-attend ng competition. Yan. Tapos F5 ulit. Bumalik ulit. Next. So, aside from this absence form and freedom wall, let us go through the mode of delivery and required applications. Okay, so blended learning tayo. Okay, so what is blended learning? Okay, so we use Schoology for submission of our assignments and activities, our exams. Okay, although I would like to use quiz is number 3. Other professors use Google Classroom. Kaya lang limited na, may bayad kasi to. Si MS Teams, si Microsoft kasi, PUP is a subscriber. Each faculty is allowed, okay, for 5 terabyte of memory. So, pwedeng lahat doon namin isi-save sa OneDrive, hindi na sa Google Drive. Kaya nga when I am asking the students when they, lalo na sa mga higher 4th year, I ask them to submit their capstone projects. Lahat OneDrive na. Kasi sayang yung 5 terabyte. Si Google Drive hanggang 5 gigabyte lang. Over and above, may bayad na. Ayoko magbayad. Sayang yung facility na binayaran ni PUP. Kaya ako sa MS Teams talaga. Sa Microsoft Teams. Anyway, third quiz is, this is okay, an Indian educational software. Okay, that uses background music. Tapos may timer, like 1 minute per question. Talagang kailangan tapusin mo yan. Hindi mo na mababalikan yun within the minute. Okay, so within the minute pwede, pero after 1 minute, parang ganun. Let me try. Otherwise, papasok tayo sa Schoology for the exam. Okay, so I will try this for quiz 1. Let us see the feedback coming from you. Okay, then I can still use this for midterm, for quiz 2, and for final. Right? We have Zoom. Kaso nga ngayon, parang may problem ang PUP and the Zoom organizers. May tumaas yata yung bayad, kaya baka MS Teams na lahat ng professors. Kasi si Google may bayad na din. Siyempre, they want also to earn. Okay, anyway, ito, rubric. Okay, so what are the basis for grading your activities and assignments? Okay, so these are the factors or the criteria. Completion. Okay, the first and foremost, okay, completion. Paano mapako-complete? Okay, so I will discuss later the format and the content. Okay, so paano yung entire task? How do you measure entire? How do you measure complete? So minsan kasi iba yung definition natin ng complete. Iba rin yung definition ng standard ko. Hindi ko pwedeng sabihin sa inyo, di wala na challenge. Hindi na kayo nag-isip kasi alam niyo na kung ano yung sagot. Kailangan kayo muna. Okay, tapos saka ako sasabihin, pag-score na kayo. Para, don't repeat the same error in the next activity. Right? So, that's completion. The very important is the completion task. Accuracy. The entire task, okay, is accurate. Minsan, kompleto nga, pero hindi naman synchronized. Okay, iba-iba naman yung kwento sa loob ng sagot nyo. So, bababa. Right? Legibility or neatness. Okay? Can the work pass the stranger test? So, ito hindi naman palagi kong ginagamit kasi legibility of writing, diba? So, writing is a part of graded, okay, rubric, pero hindi yan. So, ito yung completion, accuracy, directions. Okay, how well you were able to follow directions, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, and then what is the effort you did? Did you give more examples? Did you give illustrations? So, yun yung mga support, okay, that should make the effort more. Okay, to complete also, ayan yun. Okay, so to complete also your explanation. Okay, and the last one is time management. Okay, so the task was submitted on the scheduled deadline. 5 points agad yun. Okay, turn in on time. Okay, so turn in on time will have to be 11:59 sakto. Okay, so yun. 4 points. Eh, ma'am, ano yung prior? Eh, di before 11:59. Ma'am, 11:58. Oh, 5. Kung pumasok sa 11:59, 4. Ay ma'am, 1 minute lang. Oo naman, kaya nga may distinction ng 5 tsaka 4. At saka isa pa, okay, so yung activity natin, madali lang sagutan yun. Kaya nga class, I do not meet you the whole 3 hours. Matulog kayo sa klase. Okay? Ang gagawin natin, ang time natin talaga is just 1.5. Bakit? Para sa activity, yung remaining time of the period of the hours. Okay, pag sinabi nyo mamaya na, what you can do now, do it now. Kasi it will never be done pag nakalimutan nyo. Okay, so yan yung condition ko ha. Pagdating class sa time. The task was tuned in 1 week late. Okay, class pag nag-12 midnight na yan, pwede ba 12 midnight? May suggestion ba kaya? Para sa scoring natin sa time management. When?
Ikakon iko-consider po ba ma'am yung daily na activities? Like, fixed po ba na 15%? For example, yun nga po sinabi niyo, 12 AM po, nag-ano lang ng 1 minute. Matic po ba na 15% ang ibabawas?
Bawas. Yes. Let us be disciplined with this. Inorient ko na kayo. So aware na kayo sa policy ko. So, huwag niyo sasabihin, ma'am, considerate ka naman, meron pa naman. Ma'am, well, yun nga, yung issue class na usually, pag ganyang gabi na, open na ang western countries with the internet, gising na sila. Tayo kasi gabi tayo sa umaga nila. So, mas traffic na ngayon pag gabi. Okay, so, or madaling araw. So, minsan talaga naglalag na yung internet connection. Everybody is still awake. Ganun ang nagiging issue. So, my advice, hapon nyo gawin. Total matatapos naman tayo 3:30 off na tayo. And 1:30 to 4:30. Within the hour, actually, tapos yung activity. Okay, so kung wag na muna kayong umalis. Gawin nyo na yung activity, tapos i-upload na agad kay Schoolers. Para wala nang issue, class nung time. Eh, ma'am, inutusan kami. O, diba? O, sige, kung inutusan, lagyan mo ng alarm yung cellphone mo. Para maalala mo na meron kang tasking na isasubmit. Okay, na dapat magawa mo after mag-run errands ka sa bahay. Pag gusto kasi may paraan naman yun. Pag ayaw, naku, maraming dahilan. Laging gano'n. So, alam niyo na, nagsasabi na ako sa orientation, na pag pumasok na yung 12, may midnight onwards, okay, iba yung points pala, sorry, yung para sa exam yun. Ito, rubrics ito per item. Magkaiba pa yun Ito, magiging 4 points lang. Tapos mamaminus ka pa ng 15% kapag 12 midnight ka na mag-submit. Dalawang deduction yon. Hindi ka na 5 points kasi 12 midnight na yung pasok ng submission mo. Tapos pag nagkaroon, natapos na yung scoring, may final score pa, 15%. Kaya nga, to avoid the deductions, submit before the scheduled deadline. Lagi naman yun naman ang point ko doon. Okay, so 15% lang naman, 2 points lang yung minus. Okay, alam nyo ba initially, 2 points lang ang score pag nag-12 midnight na. Ay, binagsak si ma'am sa evaluation. Ibahin na nga natin, sige na nga, baligtarin ko na nga lang. 2 points na lang ang deduction or 3 points ang deduction, whatever is the total. 15% less. Okay, to be fair, to those who were submitting on time, magagalit naman kayo ng mga masisipag, ang mga tamad. O, ma'am, hindi man tamad, ma'am, makalilimutin. May marami pong tasking sa bahay, may trabaho po sa tindahan, a lot of excuses. Pero, if you like to pass and get or receive a high grade, okay, you have use the alarm of your cellphone. Mag-alarm ka na pag natapos mo nang magbenta sa tindahan nyo sa sari-sari store, for example, gawa ka na agad. Okay, so yun yung mga items na Tapos explain to your mother, father, pa, kailangan ko pong isubmit to muna. Pwede bang mamaya na lang? Mabilis lang naman to assignment. Okay, so unahin nyo na yung subject para hindi kayo mabawasan ng score. Okay, so 1 week late is 3 points. Right? Of course, deducting also the 15% of your score. Okay, 2 points na lang a week later. Pwede pa rin naman. Towards the end, mag-submit kayo, fine. Kaya lang, 2 points lang yun. Okay, for every item. Okay, so sorry, the time management, 2 points lang. Pero kung complete ka naman, di 5 yun. Accurate ka naman, di 5. Direction 5, 5. O di 5 times 4, 20. Doon ka lang magma-minus sa time management. So 22 out of times 25. So, mataas pa rin. Ano ang mababa? Eh, di kalahati ng 30, 15 ang mababa. Pag nakakuha ka ng 25 over 30, hindi yun mababa. Nasa 89, nasa 890 yun. Okay? Ewan ko ba, minsan, okay, iba yung trato pag ang treatment may minus. Parang ang laki-laking frustration na sa inyo na mag-minus 5 points, mag-minus 6 points. Eh, samantalang 15 yung mababa talaga. It's just half the score. Clear?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. Next, my profile. Let me introduce myself. I am Professor Iluminada Vivian R. Domingo, Doctor in Business Administration. Call me either Prof. Domingo, Dr. V, Dr. Vivian, or Dr. Domingo. I am entitled to a doctorate title. Okay, in-effort ni Ma'am yan. 10 years in the making of a doctor. I am also a graduate of PUP, Bachelor in Business Education in 1986. I was number 18 among 5,000 graduating students in 1986. My GWA was 1.41, making me magna cum laude that time. Ma'am, saan ko nakakuha ng IT? Okay, when I started teaching at St. Paul University in Quezon City, there were no faculty teaching the IT subjects. Therefore, we were required to attend the training. And immediately after the summer training for IT subjects, we were required to teach. So that is where I started my IT career. And then from St. Paul, okay, walang marrying person doon. During that time, so I went back to PUP. And in 1989, okay, I already finished my master's in business administration from UST. Okay, so Lord, give me a husband. So when I went back to Sintang Paaralan, doon ko nakita si Mr. Wright, or siya yung icing sa cupcake from the College of Architecture, Architect Noel Domingo. So for 30 years, sabay kami pumasok class. For 30 years of a happy married life, God took him away. Okay, so I am now a widow and a mother to 3 professional children. This is my I have 31 years, okay, going 32 na. Okay, last October 1, I have 31 years of service to our Sintang Paan. Okay, maraming salamat sa kanya. A lot of blessings were provided, not just my college education, but also my doctorate education. So I finished my doctor in business administration in 2000 with the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. College of, ngayon kasi College of Business Administration na nag-handle graduate school. Right, so I have my eldest is a graduate of St. Paul University, Quezon City. Okay, she's an assistant manager daughter to the Howden Inc. My second child is a civil engineer from UST. He is a graduate from UST, now a contractor developer. We have a family business. We call it the Duplex Build and Sell House. So siya na yung sumalo, okay, sa daddy niya. Okay, so when my husband died, it was Engineer Aga, okay, who followed the legacy of his father. My youngest is now a doctor of medicine daughter. She is working at Jose Reyes Memorial Hospital. Okay, so these are my 3 professional children. Next. Okay, so I would like to share my research publications, research presentations since 2012. Sintang Paaralan provided us 100,000 pesos a year financial incentive for if we have a research paper to be presented and published. Okay, so what are my papers? You can see this in Google Scholar. Open access naman sila. Okay, so in 2013, this was Singapore. Okay, so I presented a research paper in Singapore. Okay, and then presented also another paper within the year, this time Seoul, South Korea. Okay, and then published several research papers on different journals. Okay, and then the 7th research paper was published, okay, in 2015. It was also in 2015 where I went to Hong Kong to present my daily diet mobile guide for Filipinos as a research. And then the first ever research funded, I received 50,000 pesos for this research in 2016. Okay, so the land-based quiz management system, kung tayo face-to-face, ganyan ako magpa-exam. Paperless, you only need your cellphone or tablet or laptop to take the test. Magko-connect kayo sa aking laptop na doon ang software, yung LBQMS, through the router. So walang internet class, nag-e-exam ang students ko from 2016 until 2020. I was using the software to be able to deploy the exam, paperless na. Okay, so ang bilis lang mag-compute ng grade. Para siyang Schoology din. Okay, but this time, since face-to-face yun, nakikita ko class, nakakabantay ako, walang nakaka-compute. yun yung binigay sa akin ni PUP, the 50,000 benefit to be able to produce the software. Of course, with my programmers, kasama rin sila. Binayaran din sila ni PUP. Anyway, the following year, 2017, I presented a research paper in Jeju Island. This is the title. And then the same year also I presented in Singapore. And then 2018 I published, okay, the first ever that made me to full professor rank in 2018 po. And then the last, before pandemic, I went to Tokyo, Japan, where I received the best paper presentation, okay, at Tokyo, Japan. PUP gave me, okay, the financial assistance for this. Then following year, 2020, pandemic na. Okay, so nag-publish lang ako. Okay, the same year also I published in another research, okay, webinar conference, pero book of abstracts lang. Abstract lang yun, the whole paper. Then last year, it was a Singapore online, okay, conference. I presented online. This year, laging lockdown class sa China, so I was not able to leave the Philippines sa Chongqing, China. I just presented last October 16 my research paper. Okay, so overall, it's my class orientation. Are there any questions, clarifications you would like to ask? Bago tayo pumunta kay Schoology.
Ma'am,
Yes.
yung about po dun sa sa class online agreement po, yung iba po sa amin nakapagpasa na. And dun sa isa po sa mga direction nyo po, kailangan po ng screenshot. Saan po namin isi-send yun, ma'am, sa week 2? Sa GC po ba?
Hindi, i-upload nyo sa Schoology. Sige, let me share now. Stop share ko to. Ha? Yan. Share ko sa Schoology. Yung mismong JPEG file ng screenshot, online class agreement. Ang isasubmit, ang i-upload nyo kay Schoology. This one. Okay, so sagutin ko muna yung tanong mo, mamaya na natin balikan yung calendar. Dito. So you are going to upload the online agreement screenshot here. Or kung ayaw sa screenshot JPEG, ayan, may mga nag-submit na. Ano lang, save nyo, paste nyo muna kay document file, tapos save as PDF file. Ayan, may nag-submit na. Let me open a sample. Ayan, JPEG, nakapag-upload siya. JPEG file. Yan, very good. Dami na. Ayan. Okay, so ganito. Okay, enrolled in what subject? Tapos
Okay po, thank you po.
Yan. Meron na tayo. So ito, upload nyo lang dito. Dito tayo. May I remind the others, okay, yung walang profile picture, kung ano yung ginamit nyo sa online agreement, ilabas nyo dito. Parang sample ni ma'am. Picture ko. Facing, yan. And you half body, hindi man half. A shoulder, okay, part of your body. Yan. Face. Sa harap yung face. Ano ba yan? Harap yung mukha niya, class. Kasi iba, eyes lang ang nakikita. Hindi ganon. Dapat yung okay, wag masyadong malayo. Dapat ganyan yung the distance between the camera and your so yung take note ha, yung those who have not uploaded their profile picture, kailangan ko din Don't forget, okay, para ma-upload ninyo today, lagyan naman loaded JPEG. Okay. Now, yun muna. Mamaya, balikan natin yan. Let me go through the calendar activities. Okay, so President, okay, reminder to schedule an MS Teams meeting for next week. Okay, October 31. Ay, may klase ba tayo? Biglang ganun. Ah, teka, declared na, no? Holiday?
Po, ma'am.
Holiday po.
Yes po, declared po.
Holiday. Therefore, hindi naman nagsabi kanina yung section ng umaga. Oo nga, no, holiday na pala to. Therefore, sa 17 na tayo, miss out na yung 31. 17 na tayo, class. Bali, 3/9 na yon. So, discuss tayo ng lessons 1 and 2. Okay, so that will be November 7. Okay, so November 7. So, pag class exercise activities, ibig sabihin wala tayong online class yan. Okay, so hindi ko kayo ini-meet. Okay, but, okay, if you see online MS Teams meeting, yan, schedule a meeting, President, for us. Now, pagdating kay Google Jamboard, magkakaroon tayo ng, nag-Google Jamboard na ba kayo? Did you experience this in the past subjects?
Not yet po.
Not yet. Alright. Sige,
Hindi pa po.
Okay. I will just have to teach you. Madali lang to. Okay, so group members will have to be by twos kasi there are 20 slides on Google Jamboard. Tapos pag nag-present kayo, hindi the whole class. I was telling you a while ago, unfair dun sa mga nauna kasi maririnig na nung mga mahuhuli kung paano ako magtanong. Okay, so magbe-breakout room, tayo lang magkakausap. Tayong group niyo, kayong dalawa, tsaka si ma'am. 10 minutes lang naman yun. So you are going to present and I will have to take Q&A, mga 1 to 2 questions lang. It's done now with the graded lesson. Okay, tapos next breakout room. Tapos na, you don't need to stay anymore. Magbibigay na lang ako ng feedback after that Jamboard activity. So, magkuquiz tayo ng November 28. So, pag nag-meet tayo ng online class by December 5, doon ko bibigay yung feedback. Okay, per group without identifying kung sino yung group na. Okay, kasi nagkaroon na ako ng student evaluation. Ma'am, sana next time, kami lang po ang kausap niyo, wag yung buong section. Okay, sige, noted. So this time, ganun ang gagawin ko. Breakout room tayo kay MS. Okay, so baba tayo. From there, okay, lesson 4, we go to the midterm test. We shall have the midterm test by December 12 before we end the school year. Ay, the year, not the school. The year 2022. Ay, para maganda yung Christmas at saka New Year nyo. Tapos na yung midterm exam natin sa ASP. And then the next time we meet, I will discuss now lesson 5. We might have an activity. Okay, might lang. I don't know if we have. Mabilis lang naman yung submission. Otherwise, okay, next meeting. So it will depend. I will not tell you when activities are to be submitted. Okay, pero yung pagdating sa assignment, medyo mahaba yung assignment, matagal. I will have to ask the president kailan ang justifiable date of submission. Okay, so later pa yan as we go through the classes. After which, okay, meron tayo ulit Jamboard, either before quiz 2 or before final exam. Okay, so kung masyadong malapit, wala pang masyadong discussion kasi lesson 5 and 6 pa lang yan. Baka we can have we adjust the graded recitation after the quiz. Okay, para medyo maraming content. Although 1 to 6 na yon. Pag nag-Google Jamboard tayo, coverage of the solutions to the presentation will be covering lessons 1 to 6. Okay, so although ibibigay ko naman sa inyo, okay, bawa today, no, mag-klase tayo ng Monday, morning ng Monday, I will give you now the instructions. Mag-open na ako ng Jamboard, okay, invite ko na kayo para makita niyo yung question. So you can prepare. Okay, tapos doon yung ilalagay sa Jamboard na yon. So makikita lahat ng classmates yon. Pero, okay, yung explanation, presentation, breakout room. Hindi nyo makikita yung mga group mates, mga group classmates. Ako lang yon. Okay, kasi graded na yon. Unlike yung pag ako nag-discuss, tapos magtatawag ako ng mga naka-off cam, yun ang unahin ko. Pero pag lahat naka-camera, syempre, minimum naman, meron akong draw lots tayo. Okay, so meron akong maliit na ball, tapos pipili ako ng number, yan, ng pangalan. So, yun. Eh, although meron din tayo pala roleta online roleta. O yun, meron din, may pangalan doon. So, pag huminto, oops, I will call. Okay, so we will practice that para hindi palaging yung isang classmate ang sumasagot. Okay, whether correct or not correct answer, it does not have a bearing on your grade. Okay, just to check whether you are present in the class. Clear? Huwag matakot ha. Gagalit na naman kayo sa akin or hindi kayo. Yung sila natin kasi ko. Boy, hanap naman mo. Baka nabibigla kami. Kaya nga, I gave you the IM. Okay? I am not going to open the IM during discussion. I am only going to open the PowerPoint summary na nung IM chapter lesson. Gets?
Yes po.
Next, we will have quiz 2. The quiz 2 will be multiple choice, true or false, fill in the blanks, ganun lang. Okay, although Excel yan, kasi wala tayong hands-on Mas maganda sana yung hands-on quiz. Wala Mahirap mag-monitor class ng hands-on quiz. Right? So, ang gagawin lang natin will have to be lecture, the multiple choice, fill in the blanks, and the And then final exam is scheduled on Feb 20. Okay, kasi ang encoding of grade starts on Feb 22 to 20. So, wala kayong correspondence, Tama ba? Wala. I will erase this. Ay, baka meron yung irregular. Sige, wag na muna. Hindi ko muna. Alright, now let me go through the week 2. Okay, so, yung netiquette, erase ko na to. Nandiyan na siya sa PowerPoint. Let me upload the file, PowerPoint. I showed you a while ago on orientation, the course orientation. Yeah. So you will be guided, okay, what I have discussed a while ago. Right, so format of answers to submit assignments. Okay, so the updated time class agreement, you saw this already. All right, let me open. This is the IM. I hope everybody has uploaded the advanced software packages. Okay, now if you have questions during the discussion, you also can ask question, open microphone. Paano po ito? So, papasok ako dyan sa IM. Unless, okay, meron kang gustong screen share, o di sige, screen share mo. Pwede naman. Then we can discuss. Okay? Pag wala naman nagtatanong, di continue lang si ma'am kung paano. Ako naman magtatanong. Ganun yung magiging classroom discussion natin. Now, okay, how do you submit? Ito muna, mamaya na yung format. How to submit assignments in Schoology. Di ba this is your first time to use Schoology as an LMS? Tama ba?
Opo.
Yes po.
So, how do you submit? The desktop view, ito siya. So, click the assignment. Okay. Read the instructions how to answer. Then, click submit. So, for example, binigyan ko kayo ng assignment. Read the instructions. Diniscuss ko yan. I will discuss before I send this to everybody. Before ko i-open yan, discuss nyo na. Para kung may questions, ma-edit ko na. Right? And then, click submit. As soon as you submit, okay, assignment, you will be prompted with this one. Okay, so upload the file, okay, that you have for the assignment. So create or resources. So dapat create. So click the create button. Okay, so balik tayo. Number 2, click create assignment. Type your answers in the create dialog box or upload lang. Okay, so click the create. Okay, so you just have to type. Pero may isa pang option sa kaliwa. Dapat upload. Okay, para PDF na lang ang i-upload for document. So as you click the upload, you will be prompted with the button to select a file that you need to upload. And then just click the submit button. So automatic class, this will now be submitted as an assignment. Gets? Uulitin ko. Naintindihan paano mag-submit?
Nagets na po, ma'am.
So, ito yung step 1 pala, nasa kanan. Step 2 yun na pinupoint. Ito yung step 1, step 2, and 3. So, yun yung submission. Now, what about the format? Okay, so ito class yung sa, tawag dyan, sa rubrics kanina. Okay, how am I going to grade you? So, it is not only the content that is complete, but also the format. So, Arial 14. Okay, so Arial 14 lang. All assignments and all activities, Arial 14. Pag nagbago yan, syempre, mababawasan ang score. Okay? Ma'am, nakalimutan ko. Hindi naman ako nakalimot. Ikaw naman. Bakit same score ka doon sa mga hindi nakalimot? Palagi natin ko-compare. Otherwise, magkakaroon na naman ng injustice. Tapos si ma'am, hindi considerate siya. Okay, ma'am, ganito pa yun. Yung ganun comments na naging. Number 2, enumerated items, double space in between, but single space per item. Ano yun? Okay, example, 1, the answer concept is focus groups. Tapos, sentence 1, sentence 2. Ito pwede naman kopyahin yung sentence 1 eh, galing kay Google. Now, sentence 2 should be our examples. Okay, gaya nito, number 1, single space yan. Pero, pag nag-enter ka ng item number 2 or answer number 2, dapat may blank row. Yan yung gusto ko. Pag dinikit-dikit mo yan, o kaya dinoble space mo lahat siya, may minus siya. Eh kasi hindi yun ang gusto ko makita. Get? You understand?
Yes po.
Alright. So, in between, may blank row, but within, may single space. And I want to see a second sentence containing examples. Kasi doon ko makikita kung nare-relate mo siya sa day-to-day activity mo. Okay? Learning the concepts, applying this is another factor. Kasi minsan ng mga graduates, sasabihin nila, wala namang application yung binigay sa atin ng teacher natin, puro lecture lang hanggang classroom lang, hindi natin ma-apply sa totoong buhay. You know, those comments. Okay, so I want to see an example that you can relate this. Halimbawa, saka ng mall, paano mo apply yung min max, minimum, yung count, yung maximum. Mula doon sa kaliwang, tawag dyan, stall, mga tiyanggihan, ano. Mula doon sa kaliwang stall, papunta sa kanan, fill in the whole basement, for example, of a mall. Nandun yung mga stores. Okay, paano mo i-count yun kung siya ay exit? Yun ang application. Sinasabi ko. So, when you discuss, okay, copy first the content of the concept and then give an example. Pwede ka sa mall, pwede sa street nyo, yung mga bahay nyo, yun. Pwede i-extend natin yun. Pasok ka dun sa records ng barangay, diba, ng family mo, your family tree, yun, na-apply natin yung Excel. Right? So, one sentence answer gets 1 score. 2 sentences get 2 points. Right? However, never repeat what was given in sentence 1. This will not be given a maximum point. Okay, I want to see an example for sentence. Okay, so to get higher score, read and follow instructions carefully. Folders which were graded will not be published on Schoology anymore. So ano ibig sabihin? Pag nakita niyo na yung score, screenshot niyo na yung previous assignment. Kasi i-off ko yan, hindi niyo na siya mag-review. Ang mag-review niyo lang yung current assignment. Okay, so dapat yung folder kung saan nandun yung assignment prior to the present, na screenshot niyo na yung score. Okay, para pagbigay ko sa inyo ng student progress report, okay, tama yung scores. Pagka kasi merong discrepancy, tsaka niyo ako sasabihin. Mag-private message na kayo, ma'am, hindi po yan yung score, ito po yung na-screenshot ko. So, dapat meron kayong file sa desktop niyo, sa cellphone niyo, yung mga screenshot of score. Okay, and then, ako, may leeway class for resubmission of up to the 4th time only. Bawa, yung first submission may kulang. Submit again, okay pa rin. Submit again, okay pa rin. Ang 4th submission, yun na yung checkan ko. Ngayon, advise me na lang through Schoology Kung gusto niyo checkan ko yung third submission. Kasi nagkagulo yung fourth submission. Hindi niyo na mabubura yun pag nag-submit na sa akin. You cannot edit also. So what you do, repeat submitting. Hanggang fourth lang. Okay? Pag fifth na, hindi ko na siya consider. Yung fourth lang ang consider. Now, if you want me to check the third, the second, or the first submission, inform me, okay? Advise me by a speech. Okay? When?
Yes, ma'am. Noted po.
Next. Okay, so the format of answers are there to submit okay, assignments. Okay, you have the steps. These are now the forms. Okay, so yung form 3, yan for special exam. So what are the conditions for me to approve later on? Kailangan lang may evidence. Okay, so request form, i-email sa akin yan. You submit with attachment. Anong mga causes ng not taking the test, nagkasakit ka, show me, yun nga, kagaya nung sabi ko kanina, pwedeng med-cert, pwedeng yung resibo ng mercury drug, pwedeng reseta ni doktor. Yan. So yung tatlong yan. May sakit ka, I will allow you to take. So may proseso, hindi porke nagsabi ka, ma'am, may sakit ako, ma'am, ito ebidensya. Sasubmit mo sa akin sa email. Okay, so fill up the form. Okay, and then the reason for not taking the test on time, print your name and sign. Tapos screenshot nyo lang. Okay, and then I will reply, okay, with the following action taken. Tapos, there is a separate, as I was telling a while ago, hindi dun sa Schoology section nyo kayo mag-remedial. There is another account I will have to give you. Dami account ang tawag ko doon ka mag-remedial. Okay, tapos mo mag-exam, remind me sa messenger, PM mo na lang ako, not in the class GC. Tapos na po mag-exam. Okay, para yun ang gagamitin kong score mo. Okay, hindi 0 kasi nakapag-remedial exam. Para sa computation ng final two. Okay? Question?
Okay.
Alright. Form 4. The last form in week 2. Confirmation form. Correspondence din ito. So, kung hindi naman kayo correspondence, hindi nyo gagamitin. Okay, pinost ko lang, just in case kasi merong naka-asterisk na classmate, baka siya yung correspondence. Ito yung changing. Ito yung changing the correspondence to on. Okay. Class secretary, can you download? Ay, hindi pala ikaw nag-create. President na lang, Gwen. Can you download, upload now the attendance?
Wait lang po, ma'am.
Okay, and then open your cameras now for our last attendance. I see your handsome and beautiful faces. Take note of your attire. T-shirts will do. Any color will do. Yung nakasandal, nakaspaghetti straw. Straight from the bed. Tulog yun. Starch yan. Miss Secretary, screenshot. Ako rin mag-screenshot si Ma'am.
Po nung present.
Yes? Christine?
Yung presentation po para po kita lahat or okay na po to na ganito?
Oo, ganito na yun. Sa akin. Just to show the payroll that there is class that we have. Okay. Okay na? Have you screenshot? Christine, okay na?
Okay na po.
Alright, so you can off your cameras. Are there any concerns, suggestions, clarifications for today's course orientation? Wala naman. Okay, just in case you have questions, meron naman tayong class GC. If you think that your comment will be benefiting everybody, please, okay, post them. Otherwise, kung concern mo lang yun, private mo na lang. PM mo sa akin. Direct message, DM mo. Okay? Okay, so with that, we call it a day. Read now your lessons 1 and 2. Okay, we will discuss them when we meet on November 9. Ay, grabe, walang pasok sa Monday. Kaumpisa lang ng klase. Anyway, all right, you have your IM. Be sure you read the IM so you could be guided what we are going to do. Practice niyo with Excel. Dali lang naman. Okay? Goodbye, class. Ingat tayo lahat.
Bye po. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Bye.
Bye
Thank you so
po.
much
Thank you
po.
po.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.
A nice day
Thank you
po.
po, ma'am.